I'm going to end this training by showing you a few tools and reports that you might find helpful in the walk-in scheduling process. Let's start by going to scheduling to search for some courses. Now I can search for the courses without putting anything in the box, but then you'll see I have 97 courses. If I want to narrow my search, I could do something like this by putting 4 ENG, and this should narrow my search to just 4th grade English versus getting all the English. If I wanted to look at 1st grade English, I would do the same thing, and so on. Now let's go back to Index and look at section rosters. And we're going to find section rosters under Reports. Section rosters. This is similar to the roster the front office staff hands out to the subs, but there's more detail in the section roster. So let's click on section rosters. And just so we don't get a gigantic report, I'm just going to select one teacher. I want to see all the periods, and you can see there are other filter options here. You can even sort just by the course name, but we're just looking at one teacher. You can have the report sorted by teacher course number, teacher period, or that was teacher course name. Let's hit generate report to give you an idea of what this looks like. And the difference, as you can see, is this report not only gives the teacher or the sub the information about the students, it gives phone numbers in case they have to contact the family. Now let's take a look at a report called the Gap Scheduler, which is right above Reports. So select on Gap Scheduler. This tool searches for students with an empty instructional hole in their schedule and then either builds a report or allows you to click on each student and fix them one at a time. So let's scroll down and go to 4th grade. So I just want to look at 4th grade to see if there's any gaps in their schedules. Select Schedule to get all quarters. Since this is 4th quarter, I really could just select 4th quarter, but I kind of want you to see the entire view. Let's select Generate Report. And what we're going to see is anything you see in gray, that means there's a gap in the student's schedule. So right away we can see that this student doesn't have math, PE, and etc. in their schedule. So this is a great tool to fill in those gaps and fix those schedules. This report should be run periodically throughout the year so you can find these gaps in the student's schedule. The neat thing about this report is once you run the report, you can select Find Students, and I want you to look over here on the left to see what happens when I hit Find Students. So if I select Find Students, this is the list of the students, 1 out of 9 pages, that have gap in their schedules. So let's go down to a particular student. I already know that they have a legitimate gap that we need to work on. You can see on this student does not have a PE class, and all students are required to have PE in this particular school. So you are going to have to fix this schedule and just use those tools that we learned early in training by selecting the team and getting the student in that schedule. So that is the Gap Scheduler. And one final tool I want to show you is we're under Ad Hoc Reporting, Data Viewer. We're going to select New, and we're going to create a report by homeroom. So it defaults to Report and Student. There are other items that you can select, but for this report we're going to select Student. Okay. The first thing you need to do is name the report. And one thing I want you to notice is the report has already started building in Data Viewer. We have the student number, the student name, the last name, and the first name. The other thing that's really neat about this report is we immediately know there are 831 students in this school as of today, and these are active students today. So the other 2 items that we want is we want to know the grade level and the teacher name. So if we go into the search box, let's select for teacher. Let's find the teacher under demographics. Homeroom teacher is exactly what we're looking for. Double click and notice how homeroom teacher populates over here. And then the other item we wanted was the grade. Let's do search again. Let's use demographics. Double click grade. And now we have the student number, the student name, the homeroom teacher, and grade. And I want my report sorted by teacher. And one thing I want you to notice is right away, here are a handful of students that don't have a homeroom teacher. So you're going to want to go check these students out and see why they don't have a homeroom teacher. So once I have the report the way I want to look at, I'm going to select Save. And I'm going to go back to Reports. And this is the report I just created. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to select Generate Report. And now I can open it. And here you can see a list of students by grade level, by teacher. So here's the teacher, and then we have the grade level. This concludes part 6 of Walk-in Scheduler for elementary schools and is the final video of this series.